It's Urzu7 here, and I'm bringing you Game 2 of our first ever match on Game Battles. It's a 2v2 Demolition, and on the previous video you saw that we went 2 for 0, so it was a pretty convincing win on the first map. However, on this map, nothing seemed to go quite right for us on this map, and we really struggled. The enemy team seemed to switch on for this map, and they proved to be a really formidable team. So I hope you enjoy the gameplay, but this video again is not so much about the gameplay as a couple of other subjects that I wanted to talk about. On the last video I touched on game battles and on HuPT very briefly. I want to go into them in a bit more depth. HuPT is a really good service. It's a free service, and it stands for helping unite players into teams. The whole objective of HuPT is to enable players to exchange gamer tags and to organise teams where they play the game similarly to you do. For instance, if you want to play a game of domination and you don't want to just jump into a public game where there's 101 Grizz wannabes, or half your team is sitting in a corner with ghosts just trying to rack up as many kills as possible. You want a team that's got your back, is going to play the objectives, and is basically playing to win rather than playing for stats. If that sounds like you, then HuPT is the place for you. I found it incredibly useful. That's how I met Wrinkly Ninja, my teammate in this game battle. And I've met quite a few people through HuPT. I've got a regular group of about 10 to 15 players that I play with on a regular basis, and we get on pretty well, and we generally go into public lobbies and absolutely annihilate them. 99% of the time we win our games, and that's just a byproduct of playing as a team. And yeah, it's something that I would highly recommend. I found out about HuPT through Woody's gamertag. The vast majority of you will probably already have heard of Woody, but for those that haven't, I'll leave a link in my description on this video to his channel, and I would highly recommend you give him a look. He's a very good commentator. He does a lot of tips and tricks. He does a lot of just random stories about his life, and in general it's just really interesting to listen to, and he does some funny stuff as well. So yeah, I would highly recommend that you give him a try. Now HuPT itself is a free service, like I said, and yeah, it's just really good. I would highly recommend it. Now Games Battles. Game Battles has reinvented Black Ops for me. I was starting to get really bored of Black Ops. It went from one extreme to the other. It was either me playing myself in a public lobby with all the undesirable types of teammates, and I was losing matches, and there's only so much that 1 or 2 people can do in a full team of 6, and 9 times out of 10 it just wasn't working out. So we were losing quite a lot of games, and that just became boring for me. And then you've got the other extreme where I've met a lot of people through HuPT, as I mentioned, and we generally go into public matches and steamroll. There's really no challenge involved in that. It's not exactly difficult to go into a full team, enter a random lobby, and basically annihilate the other team, and that just wasn't fun. Or sorry, it isn't really fun. The best games that we have are the games where we come up against a team that really gives us a good game, games that we really struggle on. Sometimes we win them, sometimes we don't, but that is the fun. The fun is the challenge, and Game Battles brings that challenge back. Rather than having 1 in every 70, 80, 100 games being like that, every game is like that. There's a variety of ladders that you can play. There's the singles ladder, where it's just 1v1. You have your doubles ladder, and you have your team ladder. And the team ladder is for teams between 4 and 6 players. So yeah, game battles. That's pretty much the gist of it. I'll leave a link to a link in the description to the Game Battles website, and it's also a really good way of improving your game. This match went pretty well overall, but some of the matches we've played have been incredibly tough. I think at the moment we've played about 7 or maybe 8 games, and I think we've only lost maybe 2 or 3 of them. But those 2 or 3 that we lost, the other team was just absolutely astounding. The skill level of these teams was just far and above that of our own, and it was good to play against a team that was really good, and it's also a really good chance to learn. And I've already found that it has improved my game, and I'm sure Ninja would agree. For instance, if the enemy team has a one man set up in a particular spot, guarding one of the bomb sites, and it's proving to be quite an obstacle. You just can't get through. Whenever you do manage to take out one of the members of the other team, the other one's there to back him up, or he's just really in a great spot where it's the engagement itself is all in his favour, and you're finding it really difficult to get him out of that spot. Then the round switches over, and it's your turn to defend the bomb site. So you try and take up the position that he did, and emulate the way that he managed to keep you off the bomb. And 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work out that way. You just through trial and error you discover the weak spots in the particular spot, and you learn which routes to take to more often than not catch the other player off guard. You know which particular windows are magnets for grenades, and it's just a really good way of learning to become a better player. So yeah, Game Battles, highly recommended, and yeah, I would give it a go, especially if you're one of the people that's starting to get bored of Black Ops. The games are really quite intense. I'm guessing I've not really played in a full team in Game Battles yet. I've only really played the 2v2, and the 2v2 was what I think it's going to be the best type of match to play on Game Battles, other than 1v1 possibly. But 2v2, it's just so tense. You never know, but you don't have a full team behind you to back you up. So it's you, a bomb site, and someone that's wanting to kill you, and get their bomb planted on that site, or vice versa. And it's just so tense the whole way through this entire match. My heart was absolutely racing. I can't even describe how tense it is, and sometimes the games can become really close, and you're going to see that in the next video that I put up. And it's just that level of excitement you just can't really find in a public match. So yeah, Game Battles is, in my opinion, the way forward. It's just great all over. Now, on the last video, someone left a comment saying that it would be quite interesting to find out what it was I actually did in the army. So I'm going to oblige, and I'm going to tell you what I did. In the army, I was an armourer. I served in the REME, which stands for the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, and my job as an armourer was the general care and maintenance and modifications of all the army weapon systems. Everything from the lonely bayonet, pistol, rifle, machine gun, all the way up to heavy artillery like the AS-90. Even some of the weapon systems on the Apache helicopters, Lynx, pretty much any weapon that the army uses, it was our job to take care of. It was I really enjoyed the job. It was great fun getting to rip apart a particular weapon, and then find that it's quite incredibly difficult to put it back together again. That was one of the challenges that I particularly enjoyed. For instance, there was one pistol we had to strip down, and I've just realised that my Snake's Vivarium's open. That's not good. There we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, one of the pistols that we had to strip down had something ridiculous like 150 individual components, right down to the tiniest of springs and screws and things like that. And yeah, it was just really good fun. It was really interesting to find out how each weapon works and the different types of mechanics inside different weapons, and we even had a look at some of the older weapons. In fact, I have a video on my other YouTube channel, my more personal YouTube channel, of me firing an MP40 on the range, and that was fun. The accuracy of that weapon just absolutely blew my mind. So yeah, I had great fun as an armourer. I was an armourer for about 3 years. I spent about 2 years in training, and 3 years as an actual armourer, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, if there's anything else you want to know, let me know, and I'll try my best to answer all your questions. Yeah, I actually gave up smoking yesterday. It's probably the 4th or 5th attempt that I've had at quitting smoking. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that this is going to be my final attempt. But I have a feeling that I'm going to be quite successful. The first day, which is usually the worst, or in my experience has been the worst, actually went pretty smoothly. I've got myself some nicotinell chewing gum, medicated chewing gum, for smokers of more than 30 a day. Yeah, I smoke a lot, anywhere between 20 and 40 a day. So yeah, I'm giving it a try, and so far it's working out not too bad. The cravings are obviously still there. It's not a cure, but it definitely helps. I don't know why I chose to stop smoking. It was just I was walking through the supermarket yesterday, and all of a sudden I said, you know what, I'm going to quit smoking. I loved smoking, I really did, but it was just something that I enjoyed. But obviously there was the obvious health hazards and health risks, as well as the fact that I was essentially burning money, money that I didn't need to burn, that I could be using for other things. For instance, a new microphone. So I'm going to be using the initial money that I would have spent on cigarettes, and I'm going to get myself a nice studio microphone. So hopefully the audio quality, although it's not too bad on this headset, I'm using the Turtle Beach X11s, and the sound quality on the microphone isn't that bad. But yeah, I want to get a proper microphone and hopefully have some nice clear audio. So yeah, look forward to getting that. So yeah, hopefully my attempt at stopping smoking will be successful. It's going to be hard, but we'll see what happens. So this video this gameplay is coming to an end. I think there's only a few minutes left, so I'm going to start to wrap up. At the moment we're tied 1-1, so this is the final. I've just managed to get a defuse off on that, and I'm trying to hold this bomb site, but it doesn't quite work out that way. Sorry again, I'm just speeding up certain parts of this video. It started off I was only speeding up the parts where I was dead, such as now, mainly because YouTube only lets me upload videos of 15 minutes, and this particular map lasted about 18 and a half minutes, so I had to try and shave off some time off the video. But you're not missing much from the parts that are sped up. So yep, I died again, and here we go. I'm just going to run to my death again. I was not expecting him to be sitting out there. I was expecting him to be in the corner, but yeah, there you go. And an example of spots that you can learn. That's probably a spot that I'll use in the future. But that's it coming to an end, and I thank you for watching. Please remember to rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll be bringing you the final match very, very soon. Thank you. Bye.